It's Thursday. It's already Thursday. How did that happen? Okay, done. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Oh my gosh, so many friends are in the house. The Goldie Goods. I love that name. Hello, Magnus by Marika. Hello, Real McCoy Rags. Oh, I like that one too. Judy. Hello. Happy Thursday. Yes. Nietzsche. Hello. Welcome in. Loki, Mommy don't want to play right now. Mommy working. Do you want to come up and say hi? Okay. All right. No. Do you want to come up and say hi to your ball? Yeah. Okay. Say hi to the people. Good morning, Select Grade and Mia Vita. Okay, now go play. Go shoot. Go far. Yeah, go farther. There we go. Good morning, everyone. Okay. So weekly bundling is the main topic today. So feel free to ask your questions and share your shows about everything. But weekly bundling is here for Canadian sellers and Canadian buyers. And if you want to find out more information, go to help.whatnot.com or look in your email, because as a buyer and a seller, you would have received an email from Whatnot on Monday. Yeah. Mimic says there's a seller on here that hosts drag bingo in the city. Ooh, sweet. I love drag bingo. Oh, 69. Thank you, Jeff. How are you doing, Jeff? Loki, Mommy don't want to play right now. Also, February 7th and 8th is the 24 hours. Hey, Dave. Hey, PB&J. Is the 24 hours pregame Super Bowl Sunday event on Whatnot. There's going to be a huge celebrity, and I haven't looked to see who the celebrity is yet, but there's going to be supposedly huge celebrity. Please let it not be some crazy YouTuber who does stupid things, but probably is going to be. Yeah, it's only 4% commission. That's the important part. 4% commission if you sell in those 24 hours. You can find out more information if you go to your seller hub. If you're a seller, go to your seller hub, and there's going to be a banner right in the middle that says 4% commission. Click on it. Click on learn more and read all about it. It's going to tell you to book a show. So book a show. Let's all have shows. Let's show them that while Canada has a better football game than the United States, our rules are better, but our football's harder. There was someone who had their second show last night and said, if you need help, Kim and I, many others are ready to help. Absolutely. I love the fact that our balls are bigger. I love the fact that the Whatnot Canada community is so willing to help each other. And there are so many new sellers. So if you see a new seller's show and they're struggling, just spend a few minutes with them if you can, and just let them know it's okay. It happens to all of us, and try to coach them through, and then encourage them to go to different community chats, not just mine, but go to all kinds of different community chats to learn, because that's how I learned. I went to a bunch of community chats and learned from a whole bunch of people. And my philosophy about community chats is take what you like and leave the rest. So did I post this yet? I think so. Okay, Full Tilt asks, is there a trick to change the time from 30 seconds to 10 seconds in the auction when you add new auction to your show? I don't have that option. So basically when you go to start auction, it will remember the last thing that you did for that item. And so you can switch it there. I always switch this down. And when I remember, I also switch the counter time to make it go faster. So I'll do like 15 seconds and I'll make the counter time only 5 seconds. Because otherwise, if you're doing a 10-second and then people bid, you could be looking at like a minute later, you're still standing there holding the thing, right? I mean, that's a good thing because it means people are bidding. Um, but yeah, um, yeah. So that, and then it remembers. It remembers. Um, you'll find that I accidentally will do 30 seconds often because I will switch from one item to another. But once you fill, I here's what I find full tilt is that when I first started on Whatnot, all these little extra things that you have to do, like boop, change it to. There is a way to do it when you set up your auction, your item as an auction. I think it's you can do it easiest on a laptop to do that. If you're adding inventory or editing inventory, I think you can do it easier there than on your phone if your phone doesn't have the option. Um, and then you can just quickly, you can set things up. The cool thing about the when you run your item as auction from your shop, it will prompt auction time. Yeah, so you get that as soon as you hit start auction. It doesn't just start the auction, it will do that pop up and ask you how many seconds you want. And what I find, sorry, I got distracted. What I find is that as you do it more, you get more used to it and it becomes like a motor memory. So while it seems like extra steps now, it becomes very quick and easy to remember to click, click, go, click, click, go, when you need to. So I think it's just a matter of once you learn the app, you're so much faster. But at the beginning, you don't know everything, and you just accept that. If you are a new seller or thinking about being a seller on Whatnot, it will take time for you to learn this app. And if you say I can't learn this app, then I suggest you go get tested for dementia, because everybody can learn. Everybody can learn. So just give yourself that grace. Say, you know what, this is a new thing, it's going to take me time to figure it out. It's like when you get a rental car, right? And everything's not in the same place as your other car at home, and you're like, okay, where's the switch for this and where's that, and it takes time for you to remember where all the little switches are for the radio and the wipers and the this and the that. And then by the time you finished it, no, Dave, he could not. He would say that he already had built the greatest app ever, yada yada, etc., etc. Um, Full Tilt has a show at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's awesome. I'm not going to be staying on for long. I will be on until um 11. I'm only going to stay on to 11. I had to think about what was because I need to take a bunch of boxes out of my van, and then I need to go to Peterborough and pick up some stuff that I bought at auction, and then I'm gonna do a show from my van. I'm gonna do a show from my van down by the river. I will do a show, and I will show you all the stuff that I picked up today. There's a lot of books, um, and I'll make sure that I turn on the heat every once in a while so I'm not frozen to death. But um, yeah, I've got like I've got actually I have some pretty awesome stuff. Um I got a whole bunch of oh my god, I can't even remember what it's called now. How pathetic is that? Irregular choice. Irregular choice. I got a whole bunch of irregular choice purses. I'm very excited by that. I'm not a fashion person, but I got a bunch. Oh, I will get to it, Kenny. Dear Kenny, I will get to that. Your girl has other things on the plate right now, so I have to do that as well before I go. Community show. Community show this month is attracting new buyers. So I'm going to try and do that again. This last time I did attracting new buyers, it was a 3-hour show. So we're going to see if I can get that down to less than 3 hours. Purses in a van. I know. Selling out of my van. I don't have any watches though. I don't think. Maybe I do. Remember. Okay, I've written it down. I got to do my community show. Okay. Scrolling back up. CB, hello. Mimix is in the house. Shop JC Closet, hello. Kay Bruson, hello. The Crazy Big Lady, hello. I know I'm trying to read. I'm trying to catch up. Baseballcardstore.ca, what's up? East Coast Vintage Treasures, good morning. Loki, get back. Tim Horton, good morning. All right, Simcoe Kid, hello. Starla Vintage, hello. Boa Boutique, hello. Bobby Cards, hello. Holy cow. It's gonna take me forever. Mar Jojo, and Attic Hunters, and I'm gonna miss some people. Thank you. I love these glasses. Home Revival, hello. Vintage Girl, hello. The Goldie Goods. Okay. All right, everybody. Enough. You're distracting me. It's not helping, Loki. I love you, but you're distracting me. Just come up. Come up. That's it. Okay. All right. You has Butterfingers. I love Butterfingers. They're so nummy. The candy bar. Okay, get down. That's enough. Enough for now. Why is it already hot in here? It must be the sun. Or I'm having a hot flash, one or the other. Okay, question. Dave has a question for jewelry people. I have got Pandora bracelet with 4 charms, worth more as Pandora or melt for like 120. Problem with silver being high. I would ask Antiquity. Dave, to be honest. She can tell you more, even though that's more like new vintage as opposed to old vintage. But I would ask on. Yeah, and as Mimic says, depends on the charms. There's some like, just those regular ones, me. But if they're special ones, then I would take those special ones off and sell the charms separate. Retired charms are worth a bunch. So ask Mimics. There you go. Ask Mimics. PB&J Trading says, even with silver being high, I'm not being offered good prices for melt. Yeah, so maybe hold on to it for a bit till you find. I mean, on here, people are willing to pay a little bit, but just you have to stick to your price, right? You can't be like, hi pickles. You have to stick to your price. You that's the key. Is don't let anybody try and convince you that it's not worth as much as it is. Gold is 5,500. Refiners aren't taking scrap right now. Okay, that's why 5,300. Wow. I have a lot of gold, but see my Discord rant if you're on there. Yeah, I know there is a Discord, a Whatnot Canada Discord. I don't know. Do I have that in my boop 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 boop? Do I have that in here? They did make a thing for it. Discord. No, I did not. But it's in the show notes. Or if you want to send me a message, I will send you a link with an invite to an event on July 1st. And also in that event in July 1st are all the links to all the things Canadian, Whatnot Canada related, including my free resources and the Discord. Topiary, hello. Okay. So I've only got 40 minutes. So ask your question and share your shows. Because I'm going to have to leave and then come back. Baseball Card Star says, and after tons of procrastination, I'm leaning towards teaming with Amazon. The shipping is a huge deterrent, and it irks me to no end how much dollars they scoop. So I don't know, Baseball Card Store you might find that the weekly bundling eliminates that. If you're going to do multiple shows during the week, the weekly bundling helps a lot with that, because your buyers can just come into all your shows and it all goes into one bundle. And because you're doing baseball cards, if you just put them at 0 to 1 ounce, like 0 to 1 ounce for all of them, it's going to keep the shipping really low, and then your payment processing fees stay down as well. I find that if I just For baseball cards, you don't have to worry as much about shipping adjustments because your items will fit in a smaller package. So you're just more about the payment processing fee. Magnus by Marika says Valentine Raid Train starts Eastern Time Friday at 4 p.m. till 10 p.m. 5 sellers, short train. Hope to see everybody attend. Awesome. 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 Okay. Oh, I felt like I was going to sneeze, but I didn't. Meghurt says fashion runway show tomorrow. You don't want to miss those, folks. 7 p.m. Eastern. Made a custom 90s music playlist, $6 or less. Ooh, this guy puts on what fits for your pleasure. He does do an awesome fashion show, so you don't want to miss out. It's a lot of fun. Mimic says, yeah, I find even with jewelry 1 to 3 ounce mark, and I still need adjustment after like 20 items. One of the things I noticed is that the heavy boxes that are over a pound have less adjustments, which just means that they're charging enough. They're just not charging enough they should be charging a teensy tiny bit, and that would help a lot with the adjustments if they just did a teensy tiny bit, like leave 0 to 1 ounce alone. Yeah, but as Mimic says, I factor the cost. So same for me is I did with weekly bundling. I was worried about losing all my adjustments. But I only had to pay for 2 adjustments, and that total cost spread over 94 items was less than 7 cents each. So yeah, it's not a lot. I always used to find the 8-cent adjustments annoying because it's like I'm gonna use up an adjustment for this. But yeah, I'm sticking for now. I'm going to not do a custom shipping profile unless, for example, I'm doing a book show and somebody wants to buy an entire box of books. Then then I would do a custom shipping profile for that, which would be a separate box. And would probably ship out right away. I don't know how that works. Ooh, because you don't keep filling the box. Oh, I'm curious about that now. Anyways. Soulless Creations, hello. I just realized that oh, you guys are hilarious. Okay, so that's the 2 things is weekly bundling, and let me look at the what? No, you can't have the ball. Go find another toy. Go find your Trump. Go find Trump. You can't have oh, you want this. Oh, you want a baby shark or whatever this is. It's a shark. Okay, go play with your shark. Attic Hunters 2018 has 2 shows this weekend. Awesome. Awesome. Everyone check out if you're having shows within the next few days, like from now until Sunday night, put out some emojis so that folks can follow you. Oh. Magnus by Marika, Full Tilt CCC. Awesome. Anybody else have shows coming up? And it looks like on our poll there's Zoe's Treasures. Hello, Zoe's Treasures. HiQ Gem says we have a show tonight and Sunday with bundled shipping. Awesome. Shop JC Closet says planning my first show next week. Please follow. I love that. Let me just follow you right now. Mimic says a show. You're doing jewelry, I assume. Oh, I'm following you. Okay, good. I try to go around and find people and follow them. Thrifting with ADHD is doing live thrifting today. Ooh, how exciting. So where are you going? Are you going to be in somewhere fun? Soon a show with things too nice to melt. Don't expect great sales with metals being high. Oh, but you know what? You could always see if you could partner with like Vintiquity or something and like have her raid into you. Ask her if she will raid into you. And then when she's doing a jewelry show, and then you'll get to more jewelry people. You're going to be in Napanee. That's awesome. I love live thrifting. I will be in my van at around 1 o'clock, so I may not. I may be at cross purposes with you. I hope not. I hope I won't take long, anyways, because I have to go through all the stuff that I bought at auction, which is a fair amount, I think. Where is that? Invoice open. I got 2 irregular choice purses, Lovebirds Happily Ever After and the Muppets Party Animal, the Dr. Seuss purse, a mermaid purse, Hello Kitty stuff from Irregular Choice, Indigenous Handicrafts, jewelry silver toned, odds and sods, sports magazines, books, more books, vintage booklets, ooh, books, ceramics, some art that I don't think I'll be able to ship. Yep. There we go. So not too much. Shouldn't take too long. Mimic says I had old watches, some with the Bay and Eaton's tags on them. Oh, I love that. I sold most yesterday, but maybe have 10 left. Whatnot Sellers was on yesterday. Oh, that's good. I can't go to all their shows. I wish I could, but I don't have the time. I'd rather be selling sometimes. I love them, but okay. Quinn B has a jewelry show today at 10 a.m. and a makeup cosmetics bag tomorrow same time. So today at 10 a.m. Quinn B is I assume, are you on what Pacific time or Central time? And then a makeup bags tomorrow. 13 with ADHD or 12 or earlier. Okay, perfect. So I'll get to listen while I drive. Full Tilt CCC says I'm doing my first $2 start tomorrow night with watches and jewelry. $2 start. Hi Sandra. Hi Kelly Irish. Hello, big happy break. How are you? I submitted comments regarding our box size. Perfect. Okay, so 10 a.m. Pacific time. Queen Bee has a show today and tomorrow. Taka Thrift, hello. Listing and driving. No, listening and driving. I will not be listing and driving. That would be really hard considering I'm on Highway 7 for most of it. Once upon a time, I probably could have done that before it was illegal. I used to be able to, with who had a BlackBerry, the old Blackberries, and I used to be able to click, like I knew the number of clicks that I needed to. So if I was at a light, I would read the email, and then when the light would change, I would be able to blindly, one hand on the wheel, the other one down here. I wasn't looking at it, clicking to do the, forward, and then I would type blindly while I was trying. I could do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, the good old days. The good old days. Totally unsafe, but almost bought one when they went out of business, a BlackBerry. I had a BlackBerry all up until 20. Yeah, I had a BlackBerry from like the very beginning all the way until my last BlackBerry. I had 3 BlackBerries in a row die on me, and that was it, because I paid for them each time. Oh, the good old days. And yeah, so the last one I think was 2014 or something like that. No, 2012 maybe. 2012 maybe. Absolute Flipping Deals, what's up? Mimix has 10 more watches. Dave from Alberta says I had students that could do that in their pockets. Dave, are you sure that's what they were doing? They may have said that's what they're doing. I don't know. Sounds suspicious to me. T9 texting. I don't know what T9 Sydney Bod, hello, has a show today and the next 2 Thursdays at 2 p.m. Saskatchewan time, I should say. Why do we say Saskatoon immediately? Saskatchewan time, which is central, which is wait, I'm gonna math. 3 p.m. Eastern. Today I'll be making some Valentine's Day themed sunnies and keychains. Ooh, that sounds like fun. I love it. Um, do 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 do. All right. Um. Oh, right. So at the Whatnot sellers, um, they were talking about shipping, weren't they? Yeah. Um. So yeah, they're not going to talk about Canadian shipping and all the other shippings. They stick with the US. So you got to remember the percentage of people in who are on Whatnot as sellers is like, it's like, if it was pie, we are this teensy tiny sliver. Um, so that's why Whatnot sellers, the community group partners um, with a few of us around the world, and so that's why this month we were all doing shipping shows. So I think there was one in France and England and Germany, and then mine in Canada, as well as US ones, and hopefully an Aussie is going to come on board. um um the texting using the number 9 keys, oh right, like I remember doing that, where you had to like press so many times on two to get something. I still have some of my codes that I use are those, pressing those numbers a certain number of times in order to spell something out. So I can't tell you the word because then you'd know what my secret passcodes are for things. Numerical passcodes. Scrolling up. Where was I? Um, you made a comment about how our box doesn't have a flat surface that fits standard 6x4 labels. It does, yeah. The box size that our default box size, but you can make adjustments. You do not have to try and get some new sellers actually think that they're supposed to try and put everything into a 13 centimeter box and they panic. No, you can make an adjustment. It's called, you go into seller.whatnot.com, and thank you, Megarts. You go into seller.whatnot.com, you go to your shipments, and then at the right hand side of each one of your orders, boy, leave them. Hey, they're legally allowed to walk down the street. Nope. Look, they're legally allowed to walk down the street. Stop it. Right. So you just go to the end. Each one has a line, and you go to the end, and on the right hand side, there's going to be a little like edit button. It looks like a pencil, and so you click on that, and then that'll bring up a sidebar, and then you put the stuff in there. That's okay, Sydney. A lot of people accidentally. So when you finish a show, it's often will come up with the congratulations, you did your show, start shipping. And you click on that, and then on your phone it'll say generate labels. And people are hitting generate label, and then they're packing the stuff up with afterwards. Yeah, it's don't hit generate label. Go into seller.whatnot.com and package up your stuff, and then edit it. Please don't generate labels. But if you're using weekly bundling as a seller, which is an amazing feature that we have in Canada now, you need to go in and look and see which boxes need to go out right away, which shipments need to go out right away, and which ones are bundled. And when you're looking at your shipments on the phone, let me just see if I can show you. Minimize show. Okay. So So if I go to needs label, right? You go to your seller hub and it says needs label. It's going to tell you that all of them need a label, which is technically correct. But what it actually does is along here, it will say, so each one of these people has, these are all bundles, weekly bundles. And so it says February 1st, 7 items. February 1st, 2 items. This person, February 1st, 7 items. This person, February 1st, 33 items. Holy cow. So what you need to do is um, you want to go and check. And if there's any that don't say like next Monday, February 1st, then you know that those are the ones that you need to ship, that you need to start shipping. So that's how you check, because people are like, I don't know which ones are the ones that I need to do right away. So it would be nice, dear Whatnot, if you're listening. Oh, hey, there you are. There's this filter in Seller Hub that hides all weekly bundles. That is awesome. It would be nice, Louise, if there was also something on here so that you could just look at the not like the not weekly bundles. Like if there was a filter under status, that would be awesome on the phone. That, I know it's probably on the list of things to do and too hard to do right now, and it's easier to do it on the computer first, but it's the weekly bundle feature on here. On here, I don't have that. I have needs label, ready to ship, unfulfilled, shipping, delivered, canceled, pickup. I can't look on web. Yeah, on web, but I'm adding to the wish list, Louise. You know that's what I do. Like, thank you for that. But I have more. We want more. We always want more, don't we? We're the customers who are like, yes, thank you for all those free things. Now can you give us some more free things in your spare freaking time? Just open up the phone. I know I can open up the website on my phone. I just don't want to, megahertz. That seems like work. I haven't checked on my iPhone, but yeah. Okay, so if you have questions about weekly bundling, yell them out now. Yeah, how's that poll doing? I'm curious about the poll. 95% of people in the room as buyers have turned on weekly bundling. Like, if that doesn't tell you that people want weekly bundling, want to be able to use weekly bundling. So if you're a seller and you're thinking, I don't know if I want to use weekly bundling or not, just turn it on, because your buyers have it turned on. Like 20, 21. Hey, Tori, like 21. And there's only one person who said unsure or I didn't know it was an option. If I'm only doing one show a week for now, should I just turn it off? Sydney, turn it on, leave it on, because people are going to get used to, buyers are going to get used to weekly bundling. If you're only doing one show and you know you're not going to do another show, you can ship out before the Sunday. You can close and create a label before then and ship it out. But say suddenly you want to do a pop-up, or somebody invites you to a raid trade, and it's on one of like this gives you the flexibility, and it also, your buyers are looking for it, and the more buyers learn about this, the more they're going to realize how much money they're going to save. And so even though you can say to them, I only do one show a week, they're still going to be like, let me go back. Sorry. Even if you just do one show a week, it's better to turn it on and have it available for your customers. And you can ship out before it happens, but it ends on, I'm going to try and get to all the questions. It does delay payout, but I mean, it's not delaying payout by a huge amount. So I mean, if you did a show on Monday and then you had to wait, but again, if you do a show and you know this is definitely my last show of the week, then you can do your shipping then. You don't have to wait until midnight on Sunday. You don't have to wait till Monday morning. You can ship out earlier if you want to. Full Tilt says, what day do we print the label? Monday. So again, Sunday at midnight is when your box closes. and then new boxes start. So at 1 minute past midnight on Monday morning. So again, if you've already done a show, if you've done all the shows you're going to do for the week for sure, if you want to on Sunday do your shipping, then you can. And Chindu Who says, make sure your vehicle is large enough to fit a whole week's worth of sales. I mean, I have a Grand Caravan, so I'm okay. I'm okay. I would love it if I had that problem. That would be an amazing problem. Um, Tori says, I want to be a seller and I applied for the same. It says application under review or pending. How much time does it take? Um, it can take a few days, Tori, or longer, depending on what category that you applied for. Um, so let me see if you've got anything in your profile I can read. View profile. Nothing in your profile. Okay. Um, so what I would do is I would, if it's been like over a week, I I would message, I would reply to the message that said thank you for your application and just add some more information. Give them some more pictures of your inventory. Tell them more about your experience as a seller in any capacity, whether you've sold, like you've been a retail employee or you've been doing the Bay or something for a long time, or Etsy or Poshmark or whatever. Just give them all that information. And I do love these Whatnot. I do call them my Whatnot glasses. They do look like that, don't they, Donna? Um, Magnus Enriquez says, try doing 2 shows a week. Otherwise, buyers could get upset for lost bundling opportunity. I think that I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to. If you are used to just doing 1 show a week, um, then that's what you do. Just having it available, weekly bundling available for your customers. Um, then you don't have to. If is so that way, if there's a pop up, you don't have to worry about it. If you suddenly do a raid train, you don't have to, because what'll happen is you'll forget to turn on weekly bundling, and then it'll be time when you do your show, you'll realize, oh God, I didn't have weekly bundling on, and now all these people are wishing I had weekly bundling on. Um, um, Mimic says best practice is to get post office to scan your parcel. Yes, and there is also a new feature on your phone that where you can scan the parcel yourself too. So it takes a picture of it. And one of the pictures, I apologize, I didn't realize. I thought that it was like focused really in on the thing. And when I looked at the picture, that it said, "Yes, thank you, I've got your picture." I realized you could see my feet, my bare feet on the floor. So I apologize to that buyer. Ah! So there's my warning to everybody, is to make sure you put some socks on first, because I took the picture just before I was going to put on my socks and boots and go to the post office. So yeah, bonus feet pics. I know. Yeah, definitely wear clothes. Do not stand by a mirror or anything. Beware of shadows. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I didn't realize. And then when I was trying to do it at the post, I decided, no, I'll do it like when I'm at the post office, but it takes too long when you're taking their packages out, that I was slowing down the poor postal person. So like 2 of my packages didn't get, like, it wouldn't scan them, and I was like, screw it. The system will eventually let them know. But yeah, it does take time. Congratulations on egg, Louise. Yay, congratulations. You forgot to turn that off. You keep forgetting to turn that feature off so that it doesn't tell people your status. But I'm glad that you've been haunting so many of my shows that you have egg. Parcel Picks, I already thought it was a good opportunity to advertise in the picture beside the label. Oh, I mean, I always have a little red rooster sticker that I put on every package in the one corner of the label that I can. I always do that. It's like, it's a thing. It's a thing I started doing, and so it's a package for me because it will literally have a red rooster on it. Usually go to the side, scan it, go in the line if there's a line. We never have. This is a little teensy tiny post office. Ours is a very tiny post office. You walk in and you're like there. If there's a lineup, it's outside. Yeah. So it can fit maybe 4 people waiting for their packages, but it's not. PB&J asks, where did the red rooster come from? So my dad was the collector, this is how I caught it. I didn't forget my coffee, I know. Um, so my dad was a collector, and he was a antique guy. He loved antiques, he loved clocks, he was a big clock guy, he was a big car guy. And when I was a kid, when I think even before I was um born, he started this Red Rooster shop, which is why it's spelled the way it is, on some of my profiles, um, the old fashioned way, because I guess that's what he thought was very cool. It was the 70s, so you know. And actually, here's my dad. Um, just, you know, trigger warning. He is in his swimsuit, but it's not a. That's dad. That's dad right there at Myrtle Beach, I think. I think that's when they were at Myrtle Beach. Um, so he was the collector, and he started the Red Rooster shop, and so that's just kind of always been in the family. And when I started doing this again, when when mom came and moved in with me, she has dementia, she's now in a home. um I decided to revive, well, she was still with us enough that we decided to revive the Red Rooster shop as something that we could do, because at the very beginning of her moving in with me, she was still able to go thrifting with me. So she would come thrifting with me, and for brief periods of time in the small shops, and that's how we sort of, yeah. So then, and so I dad was the red rooster, my mom was the red hen, and I was the red chick, and it was always that way growing up. Like, I even some of my, I think, like some of my online auction names are still Little Red Chick. I'm not little anymore. And mom had her like usernames and passwords as like Fat Red Hen. So yeah. So there you go. That's the answer, PB&J. Um, that that's where we are. That's why we are who we are. So I know it's a little bit of gender bending now, because it's just me, and I'm the red rooster because dad's no longer with us. He's been gone a long time. Um, God, this year will be 20 years that dad's been gone. Crazy. Crazy. I forget how young I was when he passed away. Sydney Bott is heading out to prep my show, but thank you again for the answers. You're welcome, Sydney. Have a great show. Everyone check out Sydney Bott is going to be doing a show today. Two, 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 two. I'll always be the chick. Oh, we never see, when Maddie was born, she never got a nickname like that, because I guess it was all over by then. I had a tough relationship with my father, so the last few years I didn't see a lot of him. Which, if you have trouble with family, I don't know if it's hard to say if I regret the fact that I wasn't around a lot. If I had known that he was going to die so suddenly, then maybe. But yeah, he died at the age of 70, and he had untreated gallstones. So his doctor told them that it was probably just his diverticulitis, and to suck it up. And he ended up basically killing his gallbladder, and then what did he do? Yeah, and then it killed his pancreas, which is game over. I'm heading out to see Shop with Tasha, maybe pop into Hastings on Friday to see some chick that lives there. Awesome. Let's go have some let's not go to the place with the spicy soup. Let's go somewhere else. Maybe Lady B's. Have we done Lady B's? I can't remember if we've done Lady B's. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I think I pushed down. I have a show there. I think I moved it. And then PB&J will figure out maybe Friday afternoon, like late afternoon, if that works for you. Um, for the chat. Okay. I'm actually hungry now. What the heck? All right, we only have 7 minutes left because then I need to go because I need to empty my van and then go to Peterborough, pick up stuff, and then I'm going to do a show with you all with all the stuff that I just bought. Okay, perfect. Well, if you've got a show, don't move your show. Don't move your show. It's only if you don't have a show. Okay, so last call to ask your questions and share your shows. And look at that. We're now up to 96% of people have turned on weekly bundling. So Franny Min says, would us buyers know if somebody turned on the weekly bundling? You will know because if you go to your wallet, I think, I don't know, Louise, if you're still here, how does the system let a buyer know that a seller has weekly bundling? If you go to the wallet, it will just have the toggle, but if the seller doesn't have weekly bundling on, is it just not there? I assume that's what it is. If you go to the wallet, it won't show the weekly bundling for that show, but I don't know for sure. There's a toggle. If let's see, let's go into somebody's show. Leah, I'm sure, has it on My Vintage Stuff. Let's see. Pegsy may not. Oh, okay, it's on Pegsy's. Shanimation wallet. Okay, so like, yeah, so like Shanimation, I just went into their show, and they don't have it. It's not an option for me. And let's see, this person. Yeah. Okay. So, if you're a buyer and you want to know whether or not a seller has weekly bundling on, if you go to the wallet, if they don't have weekly bundling on, it's not going to show. And make sure make sure. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh no, it was showing me weekly bundling on others, so I must have my address as back to Canada. Yeah, it's back to Canada. Okay. Oopsie daisies. Back I go to my show. And Leah's already on. Awesome. Guess where we're gonna be going? All right. Scroll. I'm going to scroll down. If I miss something, let me know. I mean, if we have it on and someone buys something, is there something that lets us know that they turned it on? So yes, when you finish your show and you go to your seller hub, when you go to your seller hub on your phone, it's going to say needs label, today's task needs label. And if you click on that, all of the people that have bought from you, it's going to say how many items and everything, and there will be a date. It will say, so for this week, the people who have weekly bundled, the date will be February 1st. Anybody who doesn't have the February 1st date, that means those people didn't pick weekly bundling and you need to ship out to them. Now, you'll notice that in all of my shows, I've started to do this and leave up a poll, not this poll, but a similar poll that basically says, weekly bundling is here. Have you turned it on? And then, yes, I love saving money, or woohoo. I do 2 yes ones. And then I do like I'm a US customer. So I don't really give people the option to say, no, I don't want to. I just put it there like it's a way of saying, hey, person who came in. It's like a, because everybody sees it when they first come into the show. They're going to see that poll, and that will remind people. And you can just hit X on it when you're in my shows. You can just hit X to get rid of it unless you're curious to see what people are saying. It's going to take, I think I will have to do that probably for like a month before weekly bundling is going to be pretty regular and normal for buyers. And it's only going to be like people brand new to Whatnot that may not know about it. But they will quickly learn. I also put it in my show notes, and I talk about it every once in a while during my show. And yeah, so far this week, done 2 shows and only had one package to go out. so far. And last week I only had 2 packages that went out right away. I had 12 shipments that went out on the Monday. So that's not too shabby. That means that this is something that buyers want. So if you're able to offer it, definitely turn it on. And I don't know how we're going to get the message to sellers who don't read their emails um, and don't come to community shows to learn about it. I don't know how we're going to get the message through to them. I think that what will happen is that buyers will come into their shows and say, "Why don't you have weekly bundling?" Or "Can you do weekly bundling?" That sort of thing. And then they're going to be like, "What's weekly bundling?" And maybe we'll have to find out that way. So, Louise, if you're still here, you might have to do like a second email, maybe in a month or so, to maybe with some metrics and say weekly bundling is a huge success. And, if you haven't turned it on yet, you need to, because here's the stats on, the increase in sales that have come from it and the number of buyers that are actually using it. So, yeah. And maybe, yeah, it's just hard. People don't read their emails. Yeah, they will hear about it eventually. Yeah. Social media posts. Yeah. So, I haven't seen anything on Whatnot Canada's Instagram page other than the usual stuff. So that would be a good place to announce it. Places like that. New feature available to Canadian buyers and sellers. All that kind of stuff. There's got to be a way to reach them. That would be an interesting thing. What's the percentage of Whatnot buyers and sellers who are on different social media platforms? I guess that's hard to track. Yeah, we could make reels and tag them. Definitely. Everyone make reels and tag Whatnot Canada on your social media. Definitely. But invite them as collaborators, but do not expect that they will accept. Unless you're in fashion. If you're in fashion, then yeah, they will. But a lot of us don't do social media enough anyways, like me. Hi, my name is Kim. I don't do enough social media. Oh, shoot. It is 11. Okay, last call for any questions or sharing your shows. And I'm going to end this poll. How do I do that? There we go. End poll. And the winner is, yay, I love saving money. Woohoo. I'm glad that's the winner. I can't believe it's already 11. That does not take long at all, does it? Thrifting with ADHD, select. All right, we're going to go live thrifting with ADHD. YouTube at 12. I know. Mimics, no. You know what my problem is? My Facebook. I can't do Facebook Live until I have 100 followers, and I'm stuck at like 34. So if you want to follow me on Facebook, the Red Rooster CA, then maybe I'll get enough to start doing it on Facebook Live too, to capture some more folks who might be out there wondering about Whatnot. All right. I love you guys so much. Have an awesome day. Let's go hang out with Leah in Napanee, Ontario. She is live thrifted in Napanee, Ontario. And there's always cute stuff. So no matter what you like, these thrift stores have it. So, all right. I love you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you later on today from my van, selling stuff that I just picked up at auction.